never, never land.
What's up, cyberspace cadets? I'm back. That's right. Irate Prostate here. I sound a little weird because I've been sick as a motherfucker this week. Mother Nature isn't fair. And I'm not going to play. And a matter of fact, all right, we got a problem.
What's up? What happened?
Okay. What's up, cyberspace cadets? Is there, can everybody hear us? Give me a 1 if you can't hear. All right. I don't know what I did wrong. God. Oh, I'm not even stoned. I'm so fucking retarded.
We're live right now, I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure we're live.
Okay, cool. All right. So, welcome to Hot Takes, people. That's right. It's Irate Prostate here with my man, the Butter Baron himself, Big Fat Brian.
The Butter Baron!
The Butter Baron Brian. I like
Butter
that.
Baron, Big Fat Brian. You can still call me Big Fat Brian. I just had to change the name for YouTube. Cuck.
How about the Bacon and Butter Baron Brian? Butter Bacon Baron Brian, Big Fat Brian.
In fact, if you'd like to shower me with titles, the Marquis of Mayonnaise, the Butter Baron.
No, the Marquis of Mayonnaise.
Yeah, the Marquis of Mayonnaise.
Okay.
If you really feel like it, the Count of Croissant. But yeah, no, my channel is still going to be doing the same content and maybe some extras if I'm not lazy. Nothing's really changing. It's just that YouTube wouldn't allow me to type fat into a super chat. And that's when I realized that I guess that's a no-no word on YouTube, so I decided to change the name.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, what's that?
Isn't there a guy that calls himself the Fat Jew?
Yeah, but I don't think he's popular.
Oh, because, yeah, I was watching this other thing that I was probably going to talk to you about later on Netflix, where they look at these people. He's an Instagram guy, so I don't know. He may not have any shit content on here. Emperor of Enchiladas. I like that.
Yes. Bring gifts.
That's right. Shower him with jewels.
Adorn me.
with the family jewels. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Teabag your ass. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, this episode is it's going to be our holiday episode because it's the last hot takes that we're going to be doing. Before the really, I want to wish everyone a Merry Chanuakwaanzmadanstmas. Okay, so yes. that takes care of everybody. And atheists, just fuck off. Okay, you're spoiling everybody's fun. Fuck yourself. You don't want to give anybody gifts. You're cheap bastard.
Actually. No, I'm not gonna mess it.
I'm not talking about atheists. The anti-theist dicks. They're just like, say, man, I used to be one. So
Yep.
But
well, yeah, no. I think that it's pretty obvious that we have dedicated this episode to our most loyal fan, William Stenchover. You glorious bastard.
That's right, William. Yeah, so this is our way of saluting him because he kept telling us, look, I want you to do a rom-com. Why don't y'all review a rom-com? Do a fucking rom-com. God damn it. And then last week he said something about leaving Las Vegas. And then after last week's show, Brian and I talked, and we thought it would be a nice thing if we just did a rom-com and leaving Las Vegas just for William. So that's exactly what happened.
I mean, we wanted our fans to know we listen to them.
Yep.
So while we get set up here, why don't I do a quick roll call here? We've got Roasted Opinions, JTR, Gulf City Serial Killer, Gulf City Culticryll, Adrian Blom. What's going on, Adrian? Faquad, my man. Atem of the Hun, William Stenchover, Rakis the Network. I think that's a new face for us, right? And Kumara in the chat. So it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys came out for our Christmas special.
I just want to thank JT Ripper. He donated like $100.
Holy shit!
And I appreciate that big time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know why it didn't alert me, man. I mean, I heard something and it said 24 minutes.
Well, you know what? Salute JT Ripper.
That's right. Salute. Thank you, sir. Dab that bit, man. I've been dabbing on that shit. You know what I'm saying, man?
Sorry. Jolly Rogers Bilgewater is in the chat, too. Anyway, so should we get started on these here movies?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to close this. Oh, wrong. Why is this running? All right. So, all right, the first thing I guess what we're going to cover is the rom-com. It's this movie that came out in 2005 called Shaun of the Dead. Now, you're not looking at pictures of Shaun of the Dead because I fucking forgot to close the slideshow. Leaving Las Vegas slides. So, as I give this thing time for all that stuff to come out, and this delay thing is really a fucking just... Sometimes it's a motherfucker, don't you think?
Yeah, no. Sometimes it is, but I mean, let's face it. YouTube has a lot of things that are a motherfucker.
I fucking feel like I've been lobotomized, man. It's like fucking horrible.
Yep, we are doing Shaun of the Dead first. I want to say that I really do think this actually fits rom-com in the end.
Absolutely.
You know, it's definitely a cult classic. I think that this should be, you know, everyone's got their list of cult classics. Some people have Pootie Tang on their list. I don't judge those people. Some people, obviously, Army of Darkness and Evil Dead are pretty much on everyone's classic list.
Yeah, classic.
And I really think that Shaun of the Dead deserves its own place on the list of classics.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's timeless. There's it really, you know, watching it, nothing dates the film other than maybe the cell phone part.
Well, and what you remember the last time we did a zombie movie, we declared the zombie genre dead.
Mm-hmm.
And that ran through my mind while I was watching this because, you know, I was thinking, okay, you know, this is just another zombie movie. Part of, you know, my brain is, you know, is going through that now. But this was from 2005.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's way before the rest of the burnouts. It was kind of ahead of its, you know, little edge there.
I would say this movie was peak zombie era because, you know, one sec.
If he doesn't answer it, you know, it's a world of shit. We won't want that from a man. Princess Bride, okay. You heathens. Broadcast Network wants us to do Princess Bride.
Ooh, you know, I'd be down to do Princess Bride.
You know what would be funny, man? It would be to check this out. Do the Princess Bride and the fucking Deadpool PG cut. Because it's a parallel of this what they did was they paralleled it to the movie is what I've been reading. So
oh wow,
yeah, that might be funny as shit. That might be fire. Why can't they see me? What's wrong?
Well, I mean, Princess Bride is definitely a rom-com and definitely a classic. And who would have thunk we had so many rom-com fans in our audience?
I know, man. Yeah, so the story about this, all right, first of all, we give you a little... a lot of these characters in this movie got started off on the television series The Office, the original British version by Ricky Gervais. And so Simon Pegg was one of the cast members. There's a scene where Martin Freeman, and you'll see him on a slide just coming up. Let's see, Kate Ashfield plays Liz, Sean's love interest, right? Mm-hmm. And I've misspelled Sean, man. It's Shaun. My bad.
Yeah, bro. What are you doing?
I was anglicizing that. I mean, I was Americanizing it. I don't know. Yeah,
that's true. And you were spelling scene, which everyone knows scene isn't a real Sean.
Exactly. So all right.
Well, for this era of you know, zombie movies and everything, like I was saying, this was the peak of the era, 2005, right? 2006 is the first year that Walking Dead comes out, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it's 2006 is the first year and first season that Walking Dead comes out.
They just finished their 9th season.
Ninth?
They're on their 9th. This is their 9th season.
Probably 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so, you know, 2007, we could definitely tell there was a decline on zombie movies. Everyone was like, I don't know if I really want to keep watching these things. And you know, maybe for some people, Walking Dead carried it to about season 3 or 4. But from what I understand...
Brian, I can't hear you, man. Brian? Holy shit. This thing is just malfunctioning like a feathermucker. Brian?
Hey, you there, Irate?
Yeah, we're back. What the fuck is going on with this fucking Discord, man? It's spazzing out. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, all right, so... all right, we were talking about the zombie genre, and this is a really clever film, I think. Because if you notice the way the movie opens, it shows how like we are all like zombies anyway, to some degree. You know, just brain dead fucking people walking around and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there was some commentary on real life, specifically life in London, but I don't really. You know, I think this is more of a lighthearted movie than anything else.
Yeah, but there was all these wonderful little nods to like the original Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah,
which was fantastic. When he walks into the to the convenience store for the first time on the radio, it's playing talking about a probe that was sent into deep space has just come back, and you know, and had done an unscheduled like crash landing or some shit. And I mean, that's exactly what happens on Night of the Living Dead. The one that kicked everything off. It was a returned satellite or space probe that came back with some kind of pathogen.
Yeah, and in reality, that's probably something that will have some sort of effect like that. Did you know that drilling in the Antarctic has released a parasitic worm into the population of Russia?
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's not even a lie. That's a real thing. That there's if you look it up, it's specifically a worm that appears in the eye. You've probably seen videos of it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Like that.
So,
yeah.
New environments, new parasites. Just saying.
New
they
people.
say no different.
That's right. Woohoo, parasites. So, all right. So,
I gotta say, Lotus here said, I never liked Walking Dead till season 4, lol. And then she said, I killed Brian. A, you did not kill me, Lotus. You can never kill the Butter Baron. And B, Walking Dead after season 4 was just, come on. Anyway, back to our main topic.
No, you know, it's interesting because I kind of agree with you on that, especially the Walking Dead thing. I've been following the comic book, and I feel like they jumped the shark on this shit. With the Rick out of the picture, but oh no, he's back in the picture, because he's going to put him in movies and stuff. He's going to have 3 hour-and-a-half films, featuring his story, whatever. Okay, it's like So, but all right, back to this. The Shaun of the Dead it's just a really fun, fast-moving. It kind of the pace kind of slows down in areas because it's that fucking British dialogue.
No, that's charming. I love that.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm just it's just. The movie moves well, it's just like it kind of goes speed up, slow down, speed up, slow. It's kind of yeah, and so, which is makes sense to me. And it centers around Sean, Liz, Ed, Diane, and David, right? And Sean he's paired up with Liz, but his best friend is Ed, this fucking galoot. Who's like reminds me of me a lot, as a matter of fact.
I watched this with my parents.
Oh yeah,
they were like, "Holy shit, that's you." I was like, "No." They're like, "Yeah, but you make the fart joke all the time. You say, did you smell that fire and stuff?" And I'm like, that doesn't mean I'm him. Come on now.
That fucking that
He's
monkey
still got hair.
In every which way but loose metaphor, where he was talking about the Clyde the orangutan from the In Which Way But Loose films.
Yeah,
you don't even know what I'm fucking talking about, do you, man?
I do not.
I knew it. Hit one if you know any which way but loose. Hit one. Come on, you can do it, people. I know Billy Boy's seen it. Come on. What's the fucking delay in this, man? It's driving me nuts. Hollywood can kill anything. No shit, dude.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Hollywood can. And British comedy is the best, Lotus.
Well, you know, all right, here's my fucking problem is, all right, we started watching, hey, thanks, Roasted. Started watching, Uzi and I started watching the new Halloween film, right? Yeah. I mean, it was Danny McBride, the guy that played the Tennessee in the Alien prequel.
Yes, yeah.
Right? You know, the country dude who loved to drink Jack Daniels and fly the damn fucking spacecraft. Well, all right, so he was one of the main people that purchased the rights to it. And so anyway, I started thinking, man, it's just like, God damn. I mean, how many times are we going to live? Why do they have to reboot these same old franchises over and over again? Man, I'm sure John Carpenter has got an idea or two in his head that he could, like, you know, collaborate with somebody. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
Man, John Carpenter is a master of horror. You know, I just don't get this shit. But that's enough of my, you know.
Well, it's quite simple. They know what sells. You know, a new Halloween movie. Everyone's gonna go see that, see how it is, even if it's shit.
And to be honest, yeah, I was so exhausted because between Sunday and last night, or the night before last, I had gotten maybe 3 hours sleep because I was so sick, right? I just couldn't go to sleep. I was just retching and shit. And so, and during the you know the Halloween reboot, it was just like, man, this ain't grabbing me. It just did. I wasn't buying the story. And I don't mean to review that right now, but you know that might be something we want to talk about later.
Yeah, we should. I mean, you know, if we got extra time, maybe, because I did watch it, and I do have to say a couple of things.
Okay.
Anyway, Shaun of the Dead, though, I really, you know, the intro where they have the like punk style music and they're throwing the because I mean we don't need to go through the story. Everyone here's seen them. Let's be honest. You know, everyone knows how it ends and all the good parts. But specifically, I really like what they did in the intro of the movie when they first find out the zombies are zombies and they're throwing the records at the zombies trying to kill them. I thought that was great because that seemed like, you know, some regular city person is not going to know what the fuck to do with a zombie. They're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, is this person sick? What's going on? Oh, fuck, it's trying to kill me. They're going to grab anything they can to bash its brains in, you know?
Right.
Whether or not it be vinyl records that are prized possessions or dinner plate or, you know, I don't know, a shovel.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. Yeah, all right, so the whole story is about him and Liz, and it's really a triangle between he and Liz and Ed, like I said. And, you know, Liz was like, look, you need to drop Ed because, you know, he's that kind of stoner, you know, friend that once they got out of college, you know, he just didn't get a job and, you know, sits around playing Nintendo all day long. And so she thinks that Shaun is wasting his time, you know, still hanging out with him. And, you know, if he was really serious about her, you know, he would start showing it. And, you know, it's just typical, you know, you can't do enough for some women sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he didn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, no shit. He was guilty.
Yeah, he did forget some simple things there and then gave him his mom's flower. So
that was funny.
That was great. And
she goes, these are your mom's flowers, aren't they?
Yeah right. Well, that's the other thing about this movie that makes it so charming is that, in a way, it's got a lot. It's got a very realistic feeling. You know, everyone has that friend that is sort of just kind of a loser and is cool to hang out with sometimes, but you know, most of the time they're just sitting in their own squalor in their own house type of thing.
Right.
Along with, you know, everyone's had relationship troubles along the way somewhere. Some of you out there, I'm sure, know about girlfriends who have that one guy friend, which is what's going on in this movie, where that one guy friend who's totally into the girlfriend but won't say it and has a decoy girlfriend.
Right, exactly. That was great because you could tell that tension was there.
Oh yeah.
You know, but with him, I mean, he was so insecure. And the acting is great. I mean, shit. Did you ever watch the British version of The Office, the original?
I did. I actually like the British version of The Office better than.
Oh God, no shit. You know, Steve Carell and that bunch are brilliant, man. Rainn Wilson, but
Steve Carell's terrible.
Dude, you need to see Foxcatcher then. That was
no. Look, he was great in 40-Year-Old Virgin. He just does it's the same thing every time. He plays a retard.
Oh no, man! He played the Firestone. In what do they call him? The guy that inherits the family fortune, heir, I guess.
The heir.
The Firestone heir that shot the Olympic boxer on his property, killed him, and went to prison. You watch the whole movie. It's fascinating because you can't tell it's him.
Wow. Okay, well, I'll have to check that one out.
It's that good, man. It's riveting. You know, so anyway, I'm fucking all over the place, people. I hope you like it. You know, because usually, you know, at this point in time, I'm done with everything I want to talk about. And I'm not even close to being there. So, all right. So you know the rom-com. I wasn't going to say just the rom-com thing is just it really is appropriate for this. It's a fun movie. I recommend everybody watch it. I mean, you know, it's like you know, if you get bored, you know, and you know, and you like rom-coms, man, it's great. It's a fun little romp.
The old guy played a good vampire. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to.
Well, you know, speaking of vampires, that's interesting that he brings that up because there was a treatment that Simon Pegg had written where there's a part 2 to this where it's a vampire invasion. Or, yeah, and it turns all the zombies and I guess into vampires or some shit. Or yeah, and it's just like the same thing but with vampires, right? Which might have been fucking funny now that you think about it.
It could have been. I often think that like a lot of these movies that would be really good. Clearly, whatever studio picked up this movie, A, it was lower budget, and B, they didn't realize it was going to be so successful. In fact, they probably it was probably a hard sell to get this movie on board.
Oh yeah, you know that probably the production company made a shitload of money off of this.
Oh yeah,
you know, there was probably some greasing, you know, with promotion, which is, you know, a lot of money has to go into sometimes. But this thing sells itself. It stands on its own merit. You know, 13 years later.
So we've got William Stench over as Classic William in the chat there. Rom-coms are chick flicks. This is not a rom-com. Well, I beg to differ, sir, because
he said rom-com.
Oh, did he say rom-com?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh, he did.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, he ended with rom-com.
I know.
So I'm assuming he meant rom-com.
I'm fucking with you.
But I beg to differ, sir, because this has your classic love interest comedy And it just so happens that as a side plot point, their trials and tribulations for their relationship are zombies.
Right, and at the end, it's him and her, right? And and that's like they prove, he's proven to her that he really does love her and wants to be with her by the fact that he chose saving her over everybody else, because she's been pushing that shit. Oh, excuse me.
Hey, we got
Adonis
Paul AP in the chat, and he says it totally qualifies.
So it's case closed.
Give that man a rent.
All right, so you want to give grades? And
yeah, let's go ahead and rate. I'll let you go first.
I want to give us as just something fun to watch when you're just vegged out and you're sick as shit, and you need a couple of giggles and stuff, because that did made me laugh a couple of times out loud. And I've seen the movie twice before. I'm going to give it an 8.5 at least.
I'm sorry, William Stench over the chat. Bridget Jones is a rom-com. This is a zomedy.
No, actually, they called it a rom-zom comedy. Rom zomedy. Yeah. So he's using his Google.
Yep, he is using his Google, the Google foo. But yeah. So my rating out of 10 on this, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, it pretty much stood the test of time. Other than there was one issue with the cell phone that I was like, not so much. Right outside the, when was it the Winchester? Whatever gun that was that they called the bar.
Oh, the Winchester.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the Winchester.
Yeah.
So that was the only part I really had a huge issue with. They had great character mirroring, where the woman that he went to college with and was like friends with as a child and grew up next door. She had literally the same exact family dynamic, except they all survived at the end. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that was excellent, man. And if you'll see Martin Freeman in the back there, like I noticed. Anyway.
And the walking through the piles of zombies, just going, like that's gonna work. That was funny.
But they do it later, and all right. So this is after the comic book, The Walking Dead, had come out before this, right? So that's where they probably got that from, because I think it's in the second or third episode. I mean, comic. I'm sorry, maybe the fourth, where they cover themselves in blood to get to walk through the crowd without being detected. So that might have been a nod to that. I don't know. But that was when Kirkman's work was just a comic.
AP in the chat, vagina or butt, those two things are not connected. Well, if you stretch one enough, they will.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And then, let's see here. I'm already surrounded by zombies. Midwest meth heads don't fuck around. That was Jolly Roger's Bilgewater. He might actually be living this movie.
Adonis Paul, if you want to be fucking scared between pink and brown eyes, you need to join fucking... I'll shoot you a link, man. Maybe I can get you in this fucking sick fucking... Was that your... I think it was your Discord, wasn't it, man?
What?
What? A lot of prolapse stanuses and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of prolapse. don't go in there. That place is that's an autism hole. That's if you wanted to just feel like blowing your brains out after about 2 hours, go in that, sir.
No shit.
So I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. I think the acting was great. I liked the fact that they didn't choose anyone that was like so horribly overly attractive for any other roles.
Thank God. See, that's typical British, though. They never go for the gorgeous people. You know, that's an American thing, man.
And it was nice because, you know, in reality, normal people are just that. Normal people. They're a median of the people. You're going to have a fat guy in there somewhere. Obesity's a big thing in the Western world. Sorry.
It's 50% of the fucking population are overweight.
Well, in America it is.
In the United States, yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like in...
First world fuckery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did like the slight background commentary it was giving on the mundane way that we live our lives, because you know how he goes into work and he's working with that 17-year-old kid who doesn't respect him at all and talking on his phone and everything. That, first of all, that's true to life if you work in corporate, anywhere corporate. There's always going to be those people. And second of all, it is just as soul deadening if you work for a corporation like that, where you're trying to sell something. Oh my God. I was just sitting there, I'm like, I've lived that before.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I work for the cable company, man, taking phone calls with angry people. Oh my God. And it was mind-numbing shit.
I did
really
the exact same thing, only for the newspaper.
Yeah. Get that
imagine?
money. Collections?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got told to go butt fuck myself once by somebody who didn't want to pay me $7 for the.
God damn! What a cheap bastard!
I know, right?
Right. So all right, we're gonna go ahead and kick the. Where's the fucking
going to
shot?
Las Vegas next.
All right, and you know what I'm gonna do? All right, because I've never done this before. I want to make sure I can do this.
You know, I think, what do you think about this, Irate? I think maybe we can do like a short and sweet on this one, and then give some people some time to maybe come into your server and talk about either of these movies. Because
sure.
I know that pretty much everyone in our audience probably seen it.
Yeah, that's excellent. I'll put I'll
drop a link in that chat there.
You got it.
And I'll keep an eye open to drag people in if they decide to come in.
No.
I'm looking at you, Atema. So, leaving Las Vegas, I had actually never seen this movie. So here, we got Jolly Roger's Bilgewater. You know, now that I think about it, a zombie apocalypse would be an improvement here. At least then it'd be socially acceptable to shoot these retards. You know, I see where you're coming from, man. I have felt the same way about certain areas that I live in. But yeah, like I was saying, leaving Las Vegas, I had never heard of this movie. I'm just gonna throw this out here. I hate Nicolas Cage.
All right, hold on one second, all right, because I'm going to show the trailer for the movie, and then I'll put on the slideshow. All right, so this is about 1 minute and 53 seconds long. So,
cool.
Here we go.
Oh, we got somebody in the green room waiting for us already.
Don't drink it in here.
Is it playing?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
you. I love you.
United Artists Pictures presents a romance as unexpected as love itself. Cosmopolitan magazine raves Nicolas Cage is electrifying. Vogue calls Elisabeth Shue's performance a career-changing revelation.
Please crying. I just need some cash tonight. Please don't drink it in here.
Ben wasn't looking for a fresh start.
$500 for a 93 Rolex Daytona. I'll do it.
He wasn't looking for any trouble.
I was wondering if you would buy me a drink.
You mind if I buy her a drink?
And he wasn't trying to fall in love.
I really wish you come on with me. You're so cute. I'm really good and bad too, believe me. No? Okay.
But now, on the road to nowhere, he's about to take a detour.
Hi! Are you working?
Working? What do you mean working? I'm walking.
It's pretty funny. If you'll come to my room for 1 hour, I will give you $500. I'm gonna love you. I'm Ben.
I'm Sarah. So, what brings you to Las Vegas?
I came here to drink myself to death.
Nicolas Cage.
I am not here to force my twisted soul into your life. I'm in love with you.
Elisabeth Shue.
I need you. I love you.
United Artists Pictures presents a romance as unexpected as love itself. Cosmopolitan magazine raves Nicolas Cage is electrifying. Vogue calls Elisabeth Shue's performance a career-changing revelation. And Rex Reed exclaims, Cage and Shue are heartbreaking and honest in Oscar-caliber performances.
Hello.
I like it here with you.
Let's stay for a while.
Leaving Las Vegas.
We got William Stench over in the chat. Cage is the Butter Baron's favorite actor of all time.
Oh god, I can't stand him.
Yeah, no, he's terrible. He's the worst actor ever. I swear to God. I mean, look. Side note from this movie. There's a movie out there that he stars in called The Weatherman, where he plays a guy who is paid way more than he deserves. He's a news anchor. He has sex with hotter chicks than he deserves to get. He has, a beautiful life, and he's still not even happy with it. And I feel like that movie is just Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage. Because
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Shit.
because Nicolas Cage is terrible. He has never been a good actor. I'm sorry. I've seen Face Off. I've seen, everything, pretty much everything he's ever been in. Even Ghost Rider.
Now, when Ghost Rider came out and I seen him playing that, I just went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You know
it
what?
just ruined the movie. That's what ruined the movie.
Yeah. Sisyphus in the chat says Weatherman was a good movie. It was a great movie. And it wasn't because of Nicolas Cage. It was because of the fact that people were throwing milkshakes at Nicolas Cage. And he seemed like such a fucking pussy. Which I feel like he really is. You know? Face Off was good because of John Travolta. Nicolas Cage overplayed that one by far. And he's terrible. That being said, I think that leaving Las Vegas, he did an okay job, yes.
And the funny thing is, you see him in movies and they're like, he's supposed to be sexy or good looking and shit and, charming and all that, and I'm thinking, no, just no. It's creepy.
Yeah. William Stenchover says, knowing you watched this movie was the best birthday present ever. Thank you, William. Thank you for forcing me to watch an actor I hate. Doc Griffin, be good to Nick or you're a cageist.
He's one of my worst actors ever. I just really can't stand him.
I totally agree with you, Lettuce.
God bless you, everyone.
And a Merry Christmas to you.
And a Merry Christmas.
Oh,
and
my
Happy
God.
New Year.
They're saying that they can't hear you.
Check 2, 3, 4, 1.
I was muted. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. God damn. This is really just a comedy of errors here tonight. But so, yeah.
It's okay, man. You're sick. It's understandable.
And this is the best I've felt since Sunday. So, dude, none of this stuff, it's like this, it was really weird, okay? Because I remember when this movie first came out, it had a lot of impact on me, right?
Yeah.
But seeing it at this time, I was like, I want to describe it like a ladder, you know? Instead of a solid piece of something, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like I said, Shaun of the Dead was like up and down, nicely paced. The pacing of this is just kind of erratic. The character development is really weak. Coming into it, we don't know jack shit about any of these people. It's just this. And the deal is just like, okay, this fucker's a drunk, all right. And, he's such a fucking drunk, he did shit like I did when I got drunk. So it's like when I saw it for the first time, I identified with what was going on with him because, I'm like an alcoholic and shit too. So, and with that, in mind, it was like, it hit a lot of impact to me that this guy, loses his job at it looks like a really nice film studio, and he burns all his clothes and shit and leaves and goes to Las Vegas and is says he's going to drink himself to death.
But he could at least have hair implants. Just saying.
So what now?
Nicolas Cage, when he was in movies, he should have hair implants at least. He might look a little bit better.
Yeah.
No.
No, that annoys the fuck out of me.
No, well, because in Bangkok Serious, he has a hair implant, and that's the meme that everyone I know. First of all, Bangkok Serious, really?
Did you fucking watch that movie?
I did. I watched that movie.
God bless you.
God, it was so bad. But he had hair implants. And that's where the meme, "my hair is a bird," came from. Because it's all like down the center and parted.
Oh, I bet that was fucking good. Christ, that's horrible.
Yeah,
shit.
Hold on. But yeah, no, this movie, terrible character development. They tried to do something with Nicolas Cage right in the beginning where he's begging for money from his ex-co-workers and they're trying to hit on two girls, and so one of his friends gives him money, but it was not, I mean, it didn't make you feel like bad for him in it.
And I don't think we're supposed to be honest with you. I think this is just about, and maybe that's the whole point of it. It's a I want to say almost a minimalist, because that's the word that kept coming to my mind last night when I was actually watching the film. Because when I saw it, when it came out in '95 or '4 or '5, it hit me in a certain way. And when I saw it last night, it was like I was noticing, there was. It was minimalistic in areas, and it allowed like music to fill up a lot of the dialogue space, the music was really pretty good, man. A lot of it was Sting singing. I think it's Cohen stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or God, what's that guy's name? I can't remember. There's that Lonely Teardrops plays over and over, and I was like, I wanted to throw my fucking shoe at the TV. I was like, God damn, play something else.
Well, yeah, not just that, but this movie was very 90s. It was
yes. And maybe that's what I'm picking up, because it was just Elisabeth Shue. She never made it as a huge actress, and it might have been because of the Weinstein thing or some of that shit. I don't know. To be honest, it seems like to me that there was a lot of coke going on. As a matter of fact, when I watched it last night, I said, this seems like somebody that was snowblind. And Sisyphus said that his dad was on a... Figgis is a hack, man. From what I read, he's done.
Terrible.
Yeah, the director was awful. And Sisyphus said, let's see.
His uncle or dad is Francis Coppola.
Yeah.
By the way, great wine.
Oh, really? Do they really make that good?
I love
their wine?
Coppola's. Their wines are very good. Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Sisyphus said that his dad was oh crap, where is that, man? What did you say, Sisyphus?
His uncle or dad is Francis Coppola.
No. He said something about his relative was on the set of when they were filming this, and that Cage was like doing like shitloads of cocaine. And
I'm not surprised.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Right.
Well, see, and really, man. All right, and I'll tell you from firsthand experience, cocaine is like this drug, man. That when you do it and you do art with it, right? When you come down, the art is shitty.
Yeah.
Every fucking time, man. I swear to God, every painting that I did when I was coked up, I thought it was the greatest thing that I ever did. And when I would come down, it was like, oh my God, this is horrible. So yeah,
You could probably sell it for a fair bit.
Yeah, not so much. I sort of know where you're coming from. I get stoned, think that this is going to be an amazing cooking video, and then I realize that I've just told myself like smashing foods together for about an hour. and
Now
I don't
you
make a
get
video
it,
out of it.
Brian. That's how I see all your videos.
Well, screw you too, Lettuce. Does not go. Why?
Why does he call you Lettuce? That's mean.
No, it's okay. You know what?
What?
It doesn't matter, because now the Butter Baron made all those shitty videos.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
True.
Can't have Fat Brian anymore.
No.
All right. Well, I don't know if you know this, Brian, but Nicolas Cage won Best Actor in 1995 for the role that he played in Leaving Las Vegas.
Holy shit.
He did, man. Somebody was saying, see, I was going to wait for the build up because I didn't know if you knew this.
No.
Yeah, best actor Oscar went to Nicky Boy himself.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's so many slow, shitty scenes in this movie that don't need to be in it, that are pointless to have. The only thing that because obviously, okay, with Shaun of the Dead, your suspension of disbelief is a little bit, you're not really gonna be holding it to the standards of real life, because it's not about real life. Zombies don't exist. But this movie, hookers and alcoholics, they do exist. So the suspension of disbelief on the character that is what's the blonde-haired girl's character?
Sarah.
Sarah, yeah, Sera, Sarah.
Right.
Yeah. The fact that she takes in this drunk and she's a hooker, right?
Right.
People who live a life, like that are hookers, especially higher end hookers who don't do drugs and stuff like that, they know what they're looking at, and they don't bring people like that.
Yeah, because they say it all the time when they're on the fucking street.
Exactly.
So it
doesn't
fucking no way they're bringing in a drunk.
No. This movie had so many tropes in it as well. Getting drunk at the bar getting drunk at the casino and throwing a fit and getting kicked out of the casino. The Russian pimp that gets killed because he doesn't have the right amount of money.
Yeah, but see, did he really get killed? Do we even know that shit?
We don't know, but it was implied. It was implied with the three guys that came in there with guns.
And Mike Figgis was one of those guys. As a matter of fact, he did a cameo in this movie as the mobster. And also there were interesting like small cameos. Carrie Lowell. Let's see, Graham Beckel, who's Bob Beckel's brother, was in it. Arlie Ermy, Elisabeth Shue hits up to him and he gets all freaked out. I'm a married man. God damn it! Blah blah blah. Mariska,
he was the best actor in the whole thing.
You think, man?
Yeah, out of all the people there, usually you expect from him to go way over the top, but he kept it somewhat real, and somebody back. I can see that era because that was the Satanic Panic / Christian, overly Christian era.
Right.
I could totally see someone like that getting angry.
Yep.
Okay, I haven't seen this movie, but what's probably the best part of the movie? Instead of being negative about it, what's a good part?
The good part of this movie, the ending.
Yeah.
Really, that you know what, Brian? That's exactly what I was going to say. Is that the best scene in the whole fucking movie is that ending scene. If I had my druthers, all right, and I could direct this film, I would actually find an alcoholic in recovery, and they said he had an alcoholic teach him about stuff. There's just some shit you can't learn without having walk that mile, man. Yeah, man, Arlie Ermy, Rip Gundy, man, that dude is, he was awesome, funny dude.
He was awesome. Yeah. So I'm just gonna say it because this movie's from 1995. We can go ahead and give away the ending of this movie.
He dies.
He dies.
Oh,
and
okay.
I mean, it's a cliche nowadays because drinking yourself to death is usually called leaving Las Vegas. Okay, that's the metaphor. You look it up in the Urban Dictionary now. It's it's like, oh yeah, he's leaving Las Vegas, man.
Well, but also they could have done something with makeup and everything. When he breaks his nose and he's still drinking himself. No, make his whole face bruised. Because drunks they have thin blood.
Exactly. Right with the hepatic damage and shit. Yeah. They start bruising all over the place, man. There's all kinds of shit that goes on. They may sweat bile, and it's just, dude, I've seen some nasty shit.
Well, and if Nicolas Cage was a good actor at all, which he's not worth a salt in my opinion, but if he was a good actor,
he got Best Actor. God damn it!
I know. He would have lost some weight for this role at the end of the movie.
He could have put his chest hair on top of his head.
Okay, why in the world would his peers vote him as the best actor of that year if he was not the best actor of that year? Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the answer to this question, people?
Well, maybe he knows. I'm just saying.
He's a Coppola, goddammit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the deal. They'll jack each other off. It's a fucking. You see what they've evolved to now, since then.
Oh yeah.
It was a circle jerk, and now it's even worse. It's a circle jerk of rape.
Doc Griffin says his peers did not. The Academy did. Yeah, he's got a point there. Yeah.
Well, the Academy is occupied by his peers. So
or relative.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if his relatives could vote. I don't know how that shit works. So,
but either way, the movie. I mean, it doesn't have a great underlying message. There's no. There's no resolution. It's not even a good tragedy. I love tragedies. Actually, that's my favorite genre. And it's not even a good tragedy because nobody is really even sad at the end. He dies and she's just like, yeah, well, we both knew we were going to die. And that's the end of the movie. And it's like, well, okay, I get that, but there was this idea sort of in the middle of the movie that they were in love with each other and that was real love or true love, and then he sabotages it with the other hooker from the bar, and it's like, okay, I get that you've just said fuck it and we're gonna throw as many tropes in this movie as we can, where he's self-sabotaging because it's a reflection of the fact that he's an alcoholic,
Yeah, but while the hooker's making money.
Yeah, while the hooker's making money. But it doesn't, it doesn't really come across as they actually love each other at all.
Maybe there's one scene when she asked him to go to the doctor, and that was the most emotive that I saw her character get.
Yeah. And
actually, she was the better actor out of the two, I thought.
She was.
There was a scene with these young guys, want to bust. They tell her they want to bust this guy's cherry, and videotape it, and she goes to the room and she ends up getting raped and beaten, and it was pretty. That was a pretty brutal scene. So.
Yeah. Also, if she is, she had been a hooker for a while, right?
Right.
Well, hookers know not to go into rooms with more than one dude. They
but
know
it was
that.
a charity thing, wasn't it? Because
a charity thing? No, no.
All right, I'm going to pull up the Academy Awards. I'm going to see who. It was the 68th Annual Academy Awards. Boom. All right, Best Picture. All right, out of all the pictures was Sense and Sensibility. El Postino, The Postman, was just a fucking fantastic film, man.
That's the one.
Well, I don't think I've seen it, but I've been
where the world ends, right?
No, man, this is a guy. No, you're thinking of something else. This is an Italian movie about a guy that it's really a charming. That's an excellent, if I'm not mistaken, a rom-com. Babe, about the fucking pig. Was nominated for Best Picture, and that's an Australian movie, and Apollo 13. But the picture that won Best Picture was Braveheart, right?
Okay, I can see Braveheart winning Best Picture.
All right, so out of the nominations for Best Director, Michael Radford for El Postino, Mike Figgis for Leaving Las Vegas, Tim Robbins for Dead Man Walking, which was a really good movie too.
That was a good movie.
Chris Noonan at Babe. Of course, it was Mel Gibson and Braveheart. Braveheart took this to kind of pissed a lot of people off because the shit that happened just after that, the sugar tits and all that stuff, man. I think that's when. I don't know. Fuck.
Doc Griffin says artsy meets fartsy. The Academy is completely out of touch. Yeah, we've now known that for quite some time.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, when Wakanda wins Best Picture, come on now.
So, all right, here's the best actors. Here's the best actors and the best actresses. Okay. Best actors was the lead in El Postino, Sean Penn in Dead Man Walking, Anthony Hopkins in Nixon. He played Richard Nixon. Let's see, which was really a pretty good movie. Richard Dreyfuss for Mr. Holland's Opus, which was an excellent movie too. And then the winner was, of course, Leaving Las Vegas, Nicolas Cage. And Susan Sarandon won Dead Man Walking. For that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's so many better actors, though.
Well, see, Casino had come out that year too, and Sharon Stone was the only one that was nominated for any of the. I mean, you want to compare fucking Las Vegas movies? Compare fucking Casino to this movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got a point there.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Stenchy.
Anyway,
you know what, Stenchy? I thank you for like keeping me apprised of this stuff, because I think what that was like you were letting me know that no matter that I don't know what you were trying to do, but the sentiment, I understand why this reaches. See, this, if you've got a drinking problem, this movie will reach out to you, because you sometimes you're so disgusted with who you are and shit.
That is also
live
why it's
anymore.
bad.
What?
I said that's also why it's a bad movie, because you have to have the experience in order to sympathize with this movie.
Pathos, right? Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't bring you into the actual movie at all.
Right, a good movie could do that without and bring you in with the pathos, and you could still sympathize with the character.
Well, that's the thing about movies. You've got to relate. It could be a sympathetic way or something like that. You need to relate to a movie.
Doc Griffin, I'm a drunk and I can't agree. I feel you there. I mean, Nicolas Cage. Damn you, William Stench over. And on that note, what did you rate this out of 10? Irate?
A 6.
6? You gave it a whole 6.
Yeah.
Damn, I'd be less than that.
Man, when I saw this movie in the 90s, I thought it was excellent. And I mean, in retrospect, I mean, this is just
yeah.
All right. What about you, bro?
Oh, William Stenchover says I started drinking because of the movie. Holy shit!
Oh, bottles up, baby.
I'm giving this. I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. I can't. I would never watch this again. Had you told me right from the beginning on watching this movie that there's literally no climax for the movie except for the very end when he dies.
Yeah.
And it
so
doesn't.
Is that
she
the
literally
points is when he dies. That's where
the whole climax is he climaxes, and then he dies, right?
Yep.
Because she's giving him a hand job, and then she hops on top of him, and then you see his hand fall down to the wayside. And
at least he died happy, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, it's there. So literally, your story arc, right? You have your the thing that's supposed to draw you in. It's got that first little bump on your plot line there. That didn't really happen. You didn't have. I mean, what? Getting fired was the grabber, I guess. I don't know. Going through the movie as you go, you're supposed to build tension, make your story have good character development. Yes, Ouija, we're listening. We're talking about Ouija. We're talking about Leaving Las Vegas. And there was none of that. There was nothing. It was a flat line the entire way, and then you get to the very end. I guess maybe right before the very end when she gets raped, that could have been a peak, I guess. But it really wasn't. It's something you would expect. That she's a hooker. She has no pimp. She's got no protection at all. So, I don't know. It wasn't. It was overly predictable, too tropey, had shitty acting, had Nicolas Cage to top it off.
Well, it was almost like the director had this kind of like paint by numbers book, you know, of like how to film a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it looks like that's exactly what it was like. He had movies for dummies, right?
You know what? You know what would have done this movie much...
Clive Barker did too, man, with Hellraiser, but he did a good job with it.
Well, yeah, Clive Barker is Clive Barker.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what would have made this movie a lot better is an inner dialogue on Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
So you know, having him sort of explain his motions or whatever he's thinking about at the time and why he's doing these things would have been great.
Well, you know what? I think
is there a book?
Yes, there's a novel. Yeah.
So it's probably more explained than that. So.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I was wondering if they had some like retrospective shots, you know, of memories or something like that, and they just decided not to use them because Emily Proctor played his wife in the film, and we never saw anything about her. Just she was in a photograph. You know who Emily Proctor is?
Yeah,
she was the what is that show? CSI Miami, you know, with the guy pulls his sunglasses off and shit. She was the blonde with the fucking killer ass. You know, that bitch has an ass that will not quit.
Oh, and her last name is Proctor.
Exactly. I'll gamble on that
shit. So yeah, that's what I thought about the movie. It was terrible. That's why I gave it a 3 out of 10.
I agree.
I would never recommend this to anyone else. And if I could go back in time and somebody could just tell me, oh, he plays a drunk, gets drunk the entire time, and then dies at the end, I would have been like, oh, cool. I'm never gonna watch it.
Well, good thing that you guys told me this because
don't waste your time. Yeah, read the book. I think the book would probably be a better gamble.
Probably. What are we doing next week?
Next week we're going back to anime. We hadn't done anime in quite a while, and Lo-Fi and I had talked on Sunday before I really started getting really ill, and we had talked about a couple of things. And there's this series that's on Netflix called Hero/Mask. All right.
Yep.
And I've already watched it, and I'll definitely watch it again. But I think it because we've reviewed so many of the made for Netflix anime that I think this one has a spot that we need to look at.
Here's one. Are you guys going to watch Shira?
Shira.
I don't know.
Well, also, why don't we, not next week, but the week after that? How do you feel about Princess Bride?
Ooh. That is a good movie.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, 2 weeks from now, we'll also be doing Princess Bride.
How about Spaceballs?
No.
You know, if I did any Mel Brooks production movie, I would do The Fly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know he produced that.
I'd do Raging Saddle.
Cronenberg directed it. Blazing Saddles?
Oh, yeah. Blazing Saddles, yeah. Why did I say Raging Saddles? It's the dimension.
That's the gay version.
It's the
gay porn version.
You're right. That was the one I saw on Pornhub.
Flaming Saddles. Oh, I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. I've got spurs. I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. Oh shit! All right, we're back in the groove zone, people.
I actually watched Sabrina.
Oh, you did?
Oh, what'd you think of that?
it's not too bad, but there's parts in it where I actually wanted to throw the fucking TV set.
It was morally faggy, pretty much. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm mixed about it because it took me a long time to even fucking attempt to watch it. But because my expectations were very, very low, I liked it better than what I thought I was gonna.
Okay, so what you're saying is watch Sabrina if you have really, really low expectations and don't care about social justice.
That's right, exactly.
There you go, you heard it here first. We don't have to do that review now, thank God.
Yeah, it was too mixed up for me. I watched the whole lot though because I got addicted. You know, it drew me in. But yeah, there was just a lot of fucking SJW shit and whatever. But the hypocrite thing that I seen in the movie was when they're carrying on about banned books. And yet it's the SJWs that ban books because of problematic things in schools. But yet they put it to the far right actually doing that. When it was actually them that were doing it.
Yeah, I mean...
that's what pissed me off in the movie.
Do they still teach To Kill a Mockingbird? Because I always thought that one was kind of ironic that was talked about being banned, even though it's a book about, you know, not discriminating against people.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll go. Let's go ahead and slide out.
Yeah.
Is everybody good?
I'm all done. I'm ready to slide out of you, William.
Once again, thanks to William for the ideas for this, and Merry Christmas to everybody. And next week, like I said, we'll do the manga thing. I'll try to get a hold of your boy Pat and see if he'll hang out with us. You got time.
Merry Christmas!
That's right. And on that
Don't
note,
say Merry Christmas. It's anti.
What?
Don't say Merry Christmas. You're not allowed to.
I'm allowed to. This is our show. We can say whatever we want.
Muslims said anyone who celebrates Christmas should be raped.
Merry Hanukkah Christmas.
Chanuakwaanzmadanstmas.